Supercars are a symbol of luxury, wealth, and accomplishment. But the cars on this list are hypercars, only affordable by billionaires and the super rich. So, we are going to skip the hundreds, thousands, and hundreds of thousands of pounds and jump straight into the millions. Here is the top 10 most expensive cars in the world. Just before we get to the list, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for all the latest car content. Now, let's get back to the list. At number 10 on the list, we have the Ferrari LaFerrari. The LaFerrari was unveiled at the 2013 Geneva Motor Show, and only 499 of these hybrid hypercars were produced, and all 499 were sold before the car was even launched. Yes, you heard right, I said hybrid. And no, it's not the Prius type that we're talking about here. Ferrari ended up using a crazy earth-bending version. The LaFerrari is powered by a mid-mounted 6.3 litre V12 engine, which is electronically assisted to deliver a total power output of 950 bhp. That's enough to make the LaFerrari hit a top speed of 227 miles an hour, and also gives it the ability to reach 60 miles an hour in under 3 seconds. So what's the price to own one of these, I hear you say? Well, it's a nice round £1 million. Moving on to number 9 on the list, we have the McLaren Speetail. Now, a hypercar from McLaren has got a lot to live up to. So in 2020, McLaren unveiled the Speetail. McLaren have confirmed that the Speetail is the fastest McLaren they have ever built, surpassing the mighty, iconic McLaren F1 with a top speed of 250 miles an hour. McLaren have confirmed that they will be producing a limited number of 106 Speedtails, and yes, you've guessed it, they're all sold. The Speedtail is powered by a twin turbocharged V8 engine mated to an electric motor, producing a mighty 1035 bhp. The Speedtail can propel itself from standstill to 186 miles an hour in just 12.8 seconds. Not bad for a car that doesn't even have wing mirrors. So, back to the figures. How much do you think it is to own one of these? Let me tell you. To own one of these Speedtails, it's £1.75 million. At number 8, we have the Koenigsegg Trevita. We're now heading over to Sweden, where in 2010, Koenigsegg made a special edition of their CCXR and called it Trevita. Only 3 of these cars have ever been produced, making it possibly the most exclusive car on the planet. Koenigsegg uses its signature diamond weave carbon fibre throughout this car, which glistens in the sunlight. The Trevita is powered by a 4.8 litre V8 twin turbo engine producing 1018 bhp. 0 to 60 is established in under 2.9 seconds, and it hits a top speed of 254 miles per hour. It's crazy to believe that the engine, exhaust manifold and turbo only weigh 178 kilos. Celebrities such as Floyd Mayweather owned one of these beauties, so that can only help you imagine how much the Koenigsegg Trevita costs. Well, let me tell you, one of these beauties will cost you a massive £2.2 million. And with only 3 of these in the world, I can only see that price increasing. At number 7, we have the Mercedes AMG ONE. When 7 times Formula 1 world champion Lewis Hamilton is called in to test the car, you know that car is going to be one serious hypercar. and the Mercedes AMG ONE is no joke. A prototype of this car was premiered in the 2017 Frankfurt Motor Show, and for once it looks pretty much identical to the one that's going to hit the production line. Well done, AMG engineers. The AMG ONE is powered by a 1.6 litre V6 turbo engine, closely related to the engine in a Formula 1 car. And the engine alone produces a 650 bhp from a 1.6. In addition to the V6, there's 4 electric motors, each driving one wheel independently. And that, all combined together, produces a bhp figure of around 1039 bhp, making this one fast hybrid hypercar. Now, something that Lewis Hamilton has put his hands on can't be cheap. And guess what? No, it's not cheap. For you to even stand a chance of owning one of these, the price tag is set at £2.5 million. Don't be surprised if all of these are already sold before the release. Seems to be a trend that's going on. Making it in at number 6 is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Aston Martin is now also entering the hypercar realm with its first ever hypercar, the Valkyrie. With a very limited number of 150 road cars and 25 track cars being produced, makes this a very exclusive piece of kit and a massive milestone for Aston Martin. With this radical aerodynamics and all carbon fibre bodywork, not to forget the iconic upper grille outline of the Aston Martin badge on the front of the Valkyrie, it also brings track focus technology to the streets. Powered by a 6.5 litre V12 engine developed by Cosworth, along with an electric motor, produce a massive 1160 bhp and hitting 60 miles an hour in just 2.6 seconds. Aston Martin are currently taking orders for the Valkyrie, due to be delivered middle or towards the end of 2021. And the price tag Aston Martin is asking for is a whopping £2.7 million. Not bad from the British iconic motorsports car manufacturer. Surely this is a glimpse into what is to come from Aston Martin in the future. Can't wait. At number 5, we have the Lamborghini Sian. Lamborghini Sian is the Italian manufacturer's first ever production hybrid car, and if the stats are correct, it's also going to be the most powerful road car Lamborghini has ever produced. Lamborghini is sticking to the naturally aspirated V12 engines with a contribution of an electric motor, making this hybrid Italian monster's power output to 819 bhp. The Sian will reach 60 miles an hour in 2.8 seconds, maxing out at a top speed of over 220 miles per hour. If you can find a road big enough to actually hit that speed. So, who doesn't want a crazy Lamborghini hypercar? Well, if you want one, the availability dates have not been set just yet, but even if there were, all 63 Sians have already been sold. Lucky owners would have paid in excess of £3 million for their Sian. Each will be spec'd to their personal preferences and taste by Lamborghini. Lucky sods. Coming in at a number 4 position, we have Pagani Huayra BC Roadster. Exotic car manufacturer Pagani first produced the Huayra in 2012, and now they've unveiled the latest version, BC Roadster. The BC stands for Benny Caiola, personal friend of Pagani boss Horacio Pagani and the firm's very first customer. With only 40 of the BC Roadsters being produced, this makes it a very exclusive model, and anything with the word exclusive in hypercar terms means expensive. The BC Roadster features a 6 litre twin turbocharged V12 engine produced by Mercedes-AMG. This produces over 791 bhp and smashes 60 in 2.5 seconds. The new composite carbon fibre used in the BC Roadster increases the stiffness of the ride, as well as lowering the overall weight of this car to only 1,250 kilograms. It's lighter than the average family saloon. Pagani is classed as an exotic car manufacturer, and anything with the word exotic, yeah, you guessed it, means expensive. And the Pagani Huayra BC Roadster is no exception. To get your hands on one of these, Pagani is asking for a price tag of £3.7 million. And with only 40 of these cars being made available, and given the exclusivity of the model, getting your hands on one of these would be as rare as Chelsea winning the Premier League this season. And number 3, we have the Bugatti Chiron Supersports 300 Plus. Bugatti is a name that you would think of when the word hypercar is mentioned, and the new Bugatti Chiron Supersports 300 Plus is currently the fastest production hypercar in the world, hitting a monumental top speed of 304.77 miles per hour. Only 30 of these beauties were produced, and yeah, you guessed it, all 30 are sold. Thank you, billionaires of the world. Now, to hit 300 miles per hour, the Bugatti Chiron Supersports 300 Plus is powered by an 8-litre quad-turbo W16 engine producing 1,578 bhp. It comes with different suspension upgrades, different brakes, upgraded set of magnesium alloys specific for this model. Now, there's no point in discussing a 0 to 60 time in a car that hits over 300 miles per hour. So I am going to talk about that rather nice machine gun style quad exhaust on the back, which is a nice upgrade from the standard Chiron. So how much money do you need to cough up to get to the 300 mile an hour club? Is what I can hear you guys shouting about. Well, to give you the short and swift answer, £4.2 million. And guess what? I can only see the price of this model going up due to the exclusivity and the current record that it holds. I can see some of the Saudi and Dubai princes and sheikhs getting their checkbooks ready if they haven't managed to secure one already. And if you haven't, guys, tough. Number 2 on the list, we have the Bugatti LaVoiture Noire. So surprise, surprise, number 2 on the list is also a Bugatti. But this time it's one of the most expensive Bugattis ever produced. And it's called the LaVoiture Noire. Apologies if I mispronounced that. Bugatti produced this model to celebrate its 110th anniversary, and it's based on the Type 57 Atlantic, which was produced between 1936 and 1938. And only 4 of those were ever made. They were owned by some big names such as Ralph Lauren, Baron Victor Rothschild, and car collector Peter Mullin. The LaVoiture Noire is a crazy looking machine, but essentially it is based on a Bugatti Chiron. So it's got a similar 8-litre quad turbocharged W16 engine producing 1500 bhp, but looks alone, it looks absolutely spectacular. And believe it or not, the Bugatti LaVoiture Noire has already been sold to its new owner. Now, if you're wondering how much this person paid for one of these, the only one of these, they paid £12 million. That's enough to purchase a couple of cars on this list, a nice house, private plane, private school for the kids. But again, I expect this car will be hardly driven and placed into somebody's private collection in an undisclosed location somewhere in the world for it to never seen again. What a shame. Making it at number 1 is a Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. Now, we've reached the number 1 spot of the most expensive cars in the world, and that spot goes to the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. Now, only 3 of these have been produced, and guess what? All 3 of those are sold. Cruel world we live in. It boasts a 6-litre bi-turbo V12 engine producing 718 bhp, and guess what? It comes in a 6-speed manual gearbox. Oh yeah, I said manual gearbox. Also comes with a mechanical locking diff and rear wheel drive only. The Zonda HP Barchetta comes with a distinctive roof scoop, but no actual roof. Instead, it comes with a wraparound windscreen, which gives you full panoramic views of everybody else staring at you in awe. The curb weight of one of these cars is a mind-boggling 1,250 kilos due to its clever carbon fibre that's been used on the car, giving it an incredible power to weight ratio. Even though I've mentioned that all 3 of these cars are sold, I bet you're still wondering what is the price of the car that's sitting currently at the number 1 spot on the list. Well, wait no longer. For you to own a Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta, you would need to fork out a massive £13.3 million. Now that is true exclusivity, and believe it or not, it will only go up in value because only 3 of these cars exist in the world. That brings us to the end of the list, ladies and gentlemen, and what a crazy list we have. It's unbelievable and absolutely insane to see the amount of money each of these cars in this list are worth. And who knows, one day you and I will be able to own one of these. And if we don't get to own one, then we're still allowed to look, aren't we? Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe and I'll see you soon. Thank you.